Laura Loomer, who could very well be our next press secretary, has uncovered evidence of a plot to rub out Donald Trump. And I'm gonna show you the evidence, and I think you're gonna immediately get what she's saying here. This is a tweet by Alex Soros, obviously of the Soros family, saying last year, the crime and inflation crises largely evaporated. So did the leading theories about what had caused them. But it's not the text that unveils this conspiracy theory, it's the picture. If we could bring that up, you see a shot of glass that has been shot through, and then a number of bills. And that might just look like money to you, but to an incisive Sherlock Holmesian mind like Laura Loomer, it's far worse than that. You see, if you go to her incredibly long tweet, which serves not only as proof of this plot, but also proof that they should have never allowed tweets to become this long, she describes how if you add up the numbers of the bills, it adds up to 45. See, you got a 10 and a 20 and a 10 and a 5 and 2, 1, or 47, because he would be the 47th president. And on those bills, you can also see a 4 and a 5 because he was the 45th president. And this woman who has a large online following, and as I said, could be the next press secretary, believes that being in the thumbnail of an Atlantic article that a relative of George Soros posted on Twitter proves that the deep state is going to kill Donald Trump. Makes perfect sense to me. Daniel, what do you think?
This is just math. Like to me, like this is crazy. You know, it's like cameras in the trees kind of math. Like what in the tinfoil hat is going on in this situation?
I want to know who has the free time that they just read every tweet, not only for the content of the tweet, but looking for numerology, like just looking for something. It just feels like they're
dumbing us down. I just feel so dumb talking about this. Like, are you serious? And who are these people? Laura Loomer sounds like a fake name.
It does.
They're just like these weird people that are like believe these weird things. I don't understand.
She was a congressional candidate. She has a massive following. Donald Trump seems to like her. She's deeply unwell and apparently is not getting any help with it, which is unfortunate. But I do want to reassure all of you who are against the idea of political violence that this is not proof of a plot to murder Donald Trump. That's just not how it works. That shot of the money has been used in many different articles since 2018. You could have easily found that out, Laura Loomer, if you did a reverse Google search on it. But of course you didn't do that because you simultaneously care so much about this that you're willing to write like a 3,000 word tweet about how this is proof of how George Soros is gonna kill Trump, but you don't care enough to actually right click on a JPEG and Google search for it. And by the way, like, when you find what you think is evidence of a plot to kill Donald Trump, I want to ask you a couple of follow-up questions. First of all, why would they like put it like spit in your face by putting it in a thumbnail for an Atlantic article? Like the deep state is conspiring to kill a politician, but they also want to have some fun with it by putting it in an article. And also, if they wanted to kill him, why don't they do it? He has been a national figure since 2015. It's been 8 years. He spent years before that attacking Barack Obama. If there really was these dark forces working behind the scenes of politics, why is he still walking around? He's done 1 million public events. If they really wanted to wipe him out, they could have done it by now. Just ask yourself these basic questions. And then ask yourself why no one in your life is helping you to find the help that you need.
It's so bizarre to me that this is even a thing right now. I mean, what in the Manchurian Candidate? Like, I mean, everyone knows it's in the deck of cards anyway. He's got casinos. I don't know.
I find it so convincing, Daniel. Like the number of people who retweet this and
now I just think they're trolling because I think people like this Laura Loomer will put stuff like that out knowing that they're sheep that are gonna just keep spreading information. They don't even believe it themselves half the time. I think they're like, watch this, and then just like, push it out there because it's so ridiculous. I mean, maybe it's just more gun smoke to make us forget about the real issues at hand because this is like
possible.
This is just like Wile E. Coyote type distraction.
100%. Look, I think that is definitely true of a number of them. I have seen into Laura Loomer's eyes, and I think she believes this stuff. But I'll also say, since anti-Semitism has been a big topic in the news recently, and the right has really been pushing the idea that the left is anti-Semitic, I will just point out that it is convenient that, oh, what do you know? It's a prominent Jewish family that's plotting to wipe out the God Emperor of MAGA, and she could just put that out there, and all these right wingers are like, oh yeah, no, totally. It's not George Soros, his family member. Obviously, the Jewish people are going to kill Donald Trump. There is deep anti-Semitism baked into this conspiracy theory, and it deserves to be acknowledged. In any event, also by the way, her tweet where she lays out the evidence of this plot was retweeted by Sarah Palin. To give you an idea of the level of support that she has. Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.